Welcome back, Queenie Queen. Welcome back, children. Are you ready to read the second half of our story? I know I am. Me too. I wonder what's going to happen with the mice. That was so exciting so far, what we've read, right? Yes, but first we must look at the book, the front cover and the back cover. You're right. Let's get started. Can you go sit down, Queenie Queen? Why, sure. See you later. All right, so she's going to sit down. Here we go. The title is Tea with the Queen. The author and the illustrator, Chrissy Hart and Stephen McKinnon. Front cover, back cover, and spine. Do you remember what we do first, my friends? You're right. We review the vocabulary words, okay? Now, the reason why we review the vocabulary words is because they're in the story. So pay special attention to see if you hear these words. Did you hear the word goose so far? Yes, you did, right? That was Percy. And Percy is a goose that has a long neck. And a boy goose is called a gander. So Percy was a boy goose, so he's a gander. And a baby goose is called a gosling. And if you see a lot of geese together, they're called gaggles, okay? So one is a goose. If you see a lot of them together, they're called geese. And the group of the geese are called gaggle. Can you say gaggle? Good job. Our next vocabulary word is, remember my favorite one. Do you remember my favorite one is? You're right. Corgis. Corgis are dogs. They have short legs and they have like stocky bodies. And when they walk, they kind of wiggle like that. And remember I told you they have like a shape of a heart on their backside where their tail is. So it's like a little shaking heart and their little legs are short. They're really cute dogs. Hopefully I can get one day. London. London is the capital and the largest city of the United Kingdom. Now, as you get older, you'll be hearing more places, names of more places like London, Hawaii, Texas, a lot of different places around the world. Our next vocabulary word is Buckingham Palace. And this is in London. It's the home of the British king or queen. That's where they live. Big house, huh? Boy, it must take a long time to clean this house. Our next vocabulary word are rose garden. Look at all those roses. And they're in rows and they come in different colors and different sizes. Aren't they beautiful? But you just have to be careful because on the stem of the roses, there's thorns. So you can hurt yourself. Oh, I've hurt myself before. So it does hurt like a needle. Our next vocabulary word is queen. Queen is a woman who rules a country or a kingdom. So she's kind of the boss. She tells everybody what to do. And she has her rules. Tea. Tea is a drink made by boiling water. It can be hot or cold. Have you ever had tea before? You can have iced tea, and they sell tea in a lot of places. And a lot of parts of the world, that's all they drink is tea. When they wake up in the morning, they have it with their lunch before they go to sleep. I enjoy tea also. My favorite is I like cinnamon tea and raspberry tea. Those are my favorites. I think I'm ready to read the second half of the book. Are you ready? I want to see what happens with the mice and the queen. Now, do you remember the beginning part? How they were going on a trip and then Charlie lost his hat. Oh, poor Charlie, he lost his hat. The wind was blowing and it took it away. And do you remember what they rode on? Good job. They rode on a goose. Do you remember the name of the goose? Good job. Percy the goose. Do you remember what Percy did? And he scared Grandma and Grandpa and Charlie really liked it? Do you remember that? And he went round and round? That's right. See? Here you go. I remember Grandma was asking him, aren't you afraid you're going to lose your glasses? And he said, no, I'm not going to lose my glasses. And that's when he did the trick and they got really scared. And remember the seagulls? Remember how Charlie was so scared of the seagulls because he thought they wanted to eat him up for lunch and they were saying, yummy, yummy for our tummy. What's on that goose flying there. So they weren't very happy about that. And then all of them came. Remember, they were talking to each other and saying, hey, what are you guys doing on there? Huh? Where are you guys going? They got closer and closer. This is the last page where we left off. Do you remember? I'm going to reread the last page for you. After a while, Percy announced, ladies and gentlemen, we are approaching Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament. Who's Big Ben? Charlie asked. Not who, but what, Arthur corrected. Percy warned, brace yourselves for a crash landing. So the bird said, hold on. Brace yourselves means hold on. Because when he's going to land, it might be a little bumpy. Bum, 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 bum. So he doesn't want them to fall off or get hurt. So he's being a good goose. Thank you, Percy, for being a good goose and taking care of our three little friends. So let's see what happens. Oh, this is a windmill. Let's see what happens next. Here we go. What? Charlie exclaimed. What? His worst fear was about to come true. The goose swooped down onto Buckingham Palace Pond. Water sprayed everywhere. Oh my goodness. See, look. I called it Old Ben, but it's not Old Ben. It's Big Ben. See, I'm learning too, just like you. Big Ben. Let's see what happens next. Stop! Harriet shrieked as he tumbled into the Queen's rose garden. Uh-oh. I hope nobody got hurt. Uh-oh. Percy needs to put those brakes on. Be careful, because I don't think they're wearing helmets. I didn't see any, did you? You need to wear helmets and seatbelts. Ouch! You need to work on your landing, Charlie said, wiping the sweat from his brow. Now his brow, these are your eyebrows. So if you hear someone say wiping the sweat off their brow, they mean like this. Whew. That's what that means. Look at, they're flying everywhere. Do you see? They're going, ah! I hope they're okay. Then from nowhere, two large snarling dogs with saliva dripping from their jagged teeth appeared. So they're going, I know I looked silly, but I had to do it. So here are the dogs. They're snarling. That's what snarling means. The Queen's corgis, Percy announced. Sorry, gotta go. So it looks like Percy's afraid of the dogs, and he knows they're the Queen's dogs. Follow the signs for the royal pantry and kitchens. A footman will escort you to your rooms, Percy said. So Percy left quick, and he told them what they could do and where they could go. So I think they were just a little lost. What do you think? I think they're going to be safe. Do you think they're going to be safe? Let's find out. Harriet promptly fainted. That's what fainted means. And fell into Arthur's arms just before she hit the ground. Charlie had to think fast. Reaching into his pocket, he felt 2 sticks of black licorice left over from his bag of sweets. Licorice is like, you've seen the red licorice, right? Sometimes when you go to the movies and they twizzle around. Like Twizzlers, that's licorice. There you go. He had black licorice and he had it in his pocket. He threw them as far as he could. Whew. The dogs raced after them, their large ears flapping in the breeze. That will keep you busy for a while, Charlie yelled, shaking his fists at them. That'll keep you busy for a while. And the dogs ran after the licorice. That's what they're chewing on. I thought they were chewing on sticks. I was like, but why are they black? Because usually sticks are brown, right? So I think Charlie's very proud of himself. Look at his face. He's very proud of himself. He saved the day. Because look at poor Grandma. She fainted. Oh, she was so scared. Fainted is another word for like passing out. When someone just like kind of falls asleep because they get scared. Oh, this is going to be cool. Charlie and his grandparents raced downstairs. where a grand reception was waiting for them. Ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum. Remember, Grandma turned 100 years old. That's a 1 and 2 zeros. And look at, these are all the people that work in the castle for the queen. And they're serving them food. Do you like this picture here? I thought that was kind of neat. What is that? Do you think it's like it's not a dragon, but it has fire coming out of his mouth. What do you guys think it is? Some kind of dog, right? Or a cat? Who knows? Let's see what else happens. They were just in time to have tea with the Mouse Queen. Oh, I'm so glad they were able to make it. That's a wonderful time they're having with the Queen. Aren't you glad they made it? They're drinking their tea with the Queen. See? They're picking up the little pinky and they go like this. They're sipping their tea. Can you say sipping your tea? Sipping my tea. The end. What did you think of that story, kids? I thought it was fun. It was such an adventure for the three mice, right? And Charlie lost his hat. They went in that loop-de-loo. Then the seagulls came. Can you remember everything that happened in that story? Then they fell in the rose garden. Oh my goodness. Queen, I hope you enjoyed the story because I know I did. I love that story. It had to do with a queen and I'm a queen too. Thank you for visiting. And you notice I added some color to your castle. Yes, thank you so much. It's a beautiful castle. Kids, don't forget. Have a beautiful day, but most of all, have fun being you, have fun being you, have fun being you.